Good afternoon. Welcome to our professional development session for today. I am Dr. Judy Summers, and I am delighted to present this field guide for open content, and then particularly with the accent on using Canvas. So this is the document that I have taken a good bit of this information from. Commons being an opportunity for us to share and to collaborate with others. So we are going on an adventure. We're taking a field guide. Just as in Scouts, the open content allows the educators the opportunity to work toward our goals and work together with them. They include a lot of initiatives. There are several within the Commons that have initiatives for saving students money. Interesting thought in there. There are several for figuring out how to connect students beyond the classroom. So there's some really exciting things to be found in the Commons area. So we are committing to the practices of the Commons and allowing educators to use what I love the term collective creativity or and knowledge to improve our learning. So to start out, we're going to have a conversation about what open information means. So open content and open educational resources describe any copyrightable work except for software that is licensed in a way to provide users with the free and perpetual permission to engage in activities, and these are known as the 3 R's. So the first one is the retain, gives the user the right to make, own, and control copies of the content. The reuse allows the users to use the content in a wide range of ways. Revise allows the users the right to adapt, adjust, or modify the content itself, which is pretty much what I've done with this field guide. Remix allows us to take the original information or the revised content and combine it with other material in order to create something new so that we can then redistribute it. So we can share the copies of the original content, our own revisions, or the remixes with others. Putting those R's into action, however, as you probably have already thought of, requires us to be consciously aware of the legal framework that allows sharing in ways that are not usually possible given the copyright restrictions that we're all very much aware of at this point. So the Creative Commons, or when you see the CC licenses, give us that legal framework. And so this is a chart that is also found in this little document. And it tells us exactly what those things mean when we're looking at the whole Creative Commons licensing. So the one that has the most basic one is the one that says CC with the word by next to it. But you can also, when you post items into the Commons, you can restrict the usage. You can restrict it by allow commercial use, allow no derivatives, or allow other people to share their remixes in the way you've shared the original. So this is our trail map for how we are going to navigate down that trail. So this chart shows us the icons that you see when you're looking at material in Creative Commons resources. And the first one, the one in yellow, is the copy and publish, where you can redistribute. You can copy, you can publish, you can display, you can communicate in any way. And all of those licensings have that one. The second one is attribution. You can use the information as long as it is properly attributed or cited. And all four of them have that ability. The third column is where you may want to restrict it, restrict commercial use. The first three, the by and the essay and the ND, all have commercial use, but the ones, if you wanted to restrict the commercial use, it would be one of the last three. And then the fourth column is where we can allow users to modify and or adapt that information. So when you post items into the Commons, you'd make that determination for how you want the information to be reused. So we have, when we have the tools, building a fire is simple. Create Canvas Commons is a learning object repository that enables us as educators to find, import, and share those resources with other users, as well as import our own information into and export from. Now this is a page out of this field guide document that gives us basic guidelines on how to share to the Commons. And as we are still relatively new at this, we're not going to go into a whole lot of detail on it at this point. But when you are ready to share things to the Commons, to Canvas Commons, it's a pretty simple, basic process to do that. And just click on the Share to Commons, and then you determine what you want to share. It may be a whole course, it might be parts of a course, and we'll look in just a moment about how those things are split out. You can also determine, as I said in the previous one, the copywriting, the degree of access and the rights and privileges for them to use. So let's take a look about how to find some of the information we want to find in the Canvas Commons. When you go into your Canvas, where your Canvas courses are found, one of the icons on the global navigation bar is Commons. And this is an example of what you might see when you go into the Commons. So you'll find that link in the global navigation. So you'll use the search field to find whether you can search on keywords. You can search on author, you can search on institution, and you can even search on the type of document. You might look at complete courses, you might want to look at modules, you might want to look at assessments, quizzes, discussions. You can break it all down completely. And then in addition to that, there is also a grade level filter so that you can search from K-12 all the way through undergraduate and graduate work. So you can also filter it by most relevant as well as highest rated resources. So I'm going to show you just a quick search that I did to see what I could find that might be of use for students. So what I did on this one was go in and I did a search on modules, figuring I would be able to find something that a module that I could bring into a course that I'm going to be developing. And I thought, I broke it down as far as graduate level, although I suspect this would also be an undergrad type of a course, but a module in undergrad or graduate. And I thought this sounded pretty good because I do have my students doing research. So I found a module called Creating Research Posters in PowerPoint. And when you are doing that search, the item that you see on the left of that is exactly what you see when it comes up in Commons. So it doesn't give you a whole lot more information. But then the one on the right of that says to import into Canvas. So you would click which course you wanted to import it into, click where it says import into the course, and then the green box I have at the bottom comes up that lets you know that you've started the import, and it says it may take a while to see the changes. So far I haven't seen anything that took too long. So once it got imported, once this module got imported into my course, the upper left is what it looks like, what the module looks like within the course. And then the lower right is what came up when I clicked on the first item in the module. And so you see that according to best practices in designing an effective quality course, there is a welcome in there. Additionally, underneath that, definitely a sign of best practices, you see a listing of the objectives. So what it is that you will accomplish by going through this. The next one is when I clicked on the first one, there are 2 videos that they have for creating research posters within using PowerPoint. The box on the lower right is the second part of that module, and that is again a best practice strategy is giving you information for creating the resources for that. And I thought it was pretty interesting that the resources that they provided were under the headings of design help, good examples, and one little link down there under bad examples. So it's all there for you. So here is your opportunity to explore in the Canvas Commons. So to get to your own Canvas site, that would be canvas.fau.edu. So then you would go to the link on there takes you to the Google slide that also gives you that information, and gives you the opportunity to take a few minutes and see if you can explore in Canvas Commons and find something that you could use in one of your courses. All right, so we're going to give you just a couple of minutes to take yourself into your very own Canvas site and then click on the Commons to see what comes up for you. And as we typically do with our Google Slides, for the interactive part, you're invited to put your name up there, and then once you've found something in the Commons, just jot down the name or something that you felt like was worthy of sharing. There's a whole lot of information in there. Looks like we have some information going up in there. Yeah, it takes a while when you're in there to poke around and find things, particularly if you've not been in it much before. It can appear to be overwhelming. So think of a way to break it down into something that's going to be something that will work for you. But once you start exploring in there, you will find all sorts of treasures. Our very own treasure map. Okay, so yeah, it does take a while to dig around in there. It looks like Kathy has found some resources about Canvas itself. Kathy, you want to share?
Can you hear us, Kathy?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Okay, yeah, there seems to be one here it's called Canvas Launch Best Practices.
Ooh, that's good timing.
Yeah, that could be useful. And then there's another one that says topic or theme, and it's talking about learning modules within Canvas. So there's some different things in here that I'd like to check out.
Yeah, definitely are. And that's one of those things, as with most of the things we start looking for when we're looking online, it takes a while to dig through and get to where you want to be. Thanks, Kathy.
Thanks. I love your
go
trails
ahead.
to explore. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and go ahead and finish jotting things down on the slide so that we have it as a potential resource. Thanks.
Okay.
And who else did we have? Was Sil gonna share something? No. Okay.
We have Michael.
We have Michael sharing. Great. All right. So are you gonna tell us, Mike, or shall I just read it?
You can read it.
All right, so Mike found introductions, a way to get students to introduce themselves in the class, and it's already set up. And we know, again, a best practices strategy is to make sure that the students have the opportunity, even in an online class, to get to know each other. So that's a good piece. 2 truths and a lie. Seems like I've heard something about it, something like that as an icebreaker, get to know each other and get comfortable. So, so which one of us is not telling the truth? Thanks.
I haven't found what I'm looking for.
Okay, but that's
But I know
okay.
I will.
All
I'm
right.
trying.
So you can tell us about it, but then you can also go back and add it onto your slide, Mary, so that
Okay.
we have access to that information. What direction were you going in your search?
I wanted to read something about Plato's Republic, book number 10, which I have as an assignment for this week. And I thought maybe there will be some interesting videos or stuff that'll maybe I could find even the role play of it. And also I wanted to read about the logical versus the analogical mind. But so far, no luck.
Okay, but I have a feeling you will find something in there, because from when I was doing the searching, it seemed like there's something in there, whether it's discussion or a module or a full
Okay.
course on almost anything we want to find.
Okay, so probably I should search by discipline, right? Like literary theory or literary analysis, or
Ah,
start there.
I see where you are headed, my dear.
Okay, let me try that.
All right. That's great. Go ahead and let us know, jump in if you've come across anything. Otherwise, we'll just go on ahead. And actually, that's if you're on and searching for things, please continue to post it in the Google slide. But I want to go ahead and let you know that the link, this information has come from this document, which was remixed with content from this Canvas Commons document, which was shared at the Canvas convention this past summer. So field guide to open content in Canvas, and that link is a link to the PDF of it. So, so again, one of the beauties of being there it is, the PDF of it. One of the beauties of being involved with this type of an organization and the capability of sharing is this whole open commons concept that we can use based on whatever degree the owner has set in any way that works for us and adapt it to fit our own classes. So thank you for joining with that. That's the link to the document, and thank you for that. This is our preview of coming attractions. This Friday, we will be doing a presentation about how teaching is like gardening. Have you thought about it that way? Okay, yeah, it definitely works that way. The following Monday is an FAU holiday, and we will not be conducting a workshop that day. But then the following Friday is another professional development on the 9th on with continuing our Hit Parade theme. This one will be, I heard it through the grapevine. Have you thought about how those discussion boards are going to help you? And then the following Monday is another one of our Canvas ones where we will be guiding people through adapting our e-design blueprint to make a very, very easy way for you to convert courses from your Blackboard course into Canvas. So by just simply by using that document and putting all of your information in one place, it gives you a very easy way of converting. So we invite everybody to come in and start getting those courses migrated. Thank you so much.